Hello everyone, welcome back to SSB Crack Exams. I'm Anuradha and in this particular session I'm going to give you some tips to improve your SRT writing. And not only that, we are also going to see some sample responses for some sample SRT situations. So let's start with the tips. So when you are writing the SRTs, make sure that you are writing with the minimum words possible in your SRT responses. You could use some action words and punctuation marks like a comma and full stop. In that way, you could write faster and you could also put more actions and steps in order to make it a complete and whole full response. Don't write merely the reaction, write full action. Don't waste your time finding the correct answer. Just write whatever comes to your mind naturally, but make sure that it makes sense. Also, when you're writing SRT responses, it should be logical and also realistic in nature. If for any situation you have a lot of options in your mind, write the best one. If by any chance you can't find a response to some uncommon situation, move on to the next one without wasting time. You can always have time later and you can come back, think and write a response for the situation you were unable to think. Always try and empathize yourself into the situation and then think for the solution. As I said, the best way to write response for SRT is to think what you would have done in that particular situation and write what you would have done in that response and not those responses which are socially desirable in nature. If you find that a situation is repeated in some other form, then give the action differently. But see to it that you are not contradicting yourself than the action that you have written previously. So let me give you an example here. So मान लीजिए कि आपके father का accident हो गया and you're going for an interview. So what would you have done? Would have obviously see to your father first and then reach the interview, or maybe postpone the interview by obviously informing the interview people there. But if you're just going on the road and you see a stranger has met with an accident and you're going for the interview, maybe it may happen that you will react differently, that you won't care, just go to the interview. But make sure you don't do that. Okay, you really care for the stranger who has met with an accident. You see to it that the stranger has been taken to the hospital. Maybe you go with that person, get that person admitted and then go for the interview, attend it, then go back again to look for that person and see if he or she is doing well. So what happens if you're caring only for your family and not for the people around you? This will show that you are a very selfish person or a person who only looks for his own family or for his own friends and not for the other people in general. So this is what I meant by not writing contradictory actions to the same situation but related to different persons. Practice writing fast and legibly. As I said, psychological tests are all about writing. So if your writing or handwriting is bad, then it will be quite difficult for the psychologist to deduce or to understand what you have actually written. And if he or she is not able to understand what you've written, then it actually is useless. So please write fast but write legibly. And you should practice writing fast and legibly if you have a bad handwriting. Don't mug up answer, and this is very important. Many candidates tend to mug up answers, वो लोग रट के जाते हैं answers और लिख के आते हैं. Then the psychologist will know because he or she is a psychologist. The psychologist will definitely know that you've mugged up answers and copy pasted it. So it's always desirable that you write your own instinctive, impulsive answers that's coming to your mind right then and there. So now that you have known these tips, I hope that you will use them while practicing SRT responses. Now we will see some SRT situations and we will also see some sample responses. Again, you can pause the situations, look into them for a few seconds and write your own responses. Please refer to the sample responses if you are not finding any idea, but do not copy paste them. So here you go with the first situation. His captain was injured before a crucial match. He was asked to lead the team. He lead the team, motivated them, played and won the match. So this will show your leadership quality. Took the responsibility, made them aware of weak points of opponents that he observed and won the match. Shows initiative nature. Let us move on to the next situation. He was on his way to home and suddenly it started raining heavily. He waited for the rain to stop, informed his parents at home and reached home after the rain stopped. Adaptability. Took lift in passing by vehicles or public transport vehicles and reached home. Social intelligence. The next situation is brother wants to get admission in a medical college but his marks fall short by 1% for admission. He motivate him to do well next time, bought him more books he required, and advised him to start graduation side by side. Shows self-confidence and his or your, interest to help your sibling. Advised him to join another private medical college and take admission. Tactfulness. Next situation is he has to go to a city with cash for work, but the way is dangerous because of dacoits. This is miscellaneous problems basically. He has left for city with local weapon, torch and mobile phone and reached city. Stamina, boarded public vehicle and reached the city. Courage. Or you could also say that maybe he takes some friends with him as a security, okay, and reach the city safely. Right. Next one, he was traveling by a train and suddenly a person snatches purse from lady and jumps out of train. Again, a miscellaneous problem. Pulled the chain, chased him, caught him, handed him over to RPF, returned the purse to lady, continued the journey. Initiative in nature, courage is shown. Shouted for help from platform passengers, grabbed the thief, handed him over to RPF, returned purse to the lady. Another way, use of resources, stamina is shown. Next situation, he's going to sign a contract. Suddenly he got news that one of his friends who had helped him once met an accident and is in ICU. So here it is a friend related situation is shown here. Secret right, he completed his contract, reached ICU, helped his family in maintaining his health. Organizing ability, okay, can organize things really. Informed the authority, paused the contract, rushed to ICU, called other friends, consolidated the family, signed the contract after his friends arrived. Sense of duty, or that friends are more important to this person, right? Next situation, he had boarded a wrong train and came to know only when he was asked to pay money to TT. Again, miscellaneous problem. Let's see. Showed his ticket, proved himself, got down on next station, took ticket, boarded the train for reaching his place. Planning and effective handling the situation. Apologized for the mistake, got down from the train on next station, boarded in the bus to the station, reached the station. Planning and improvisation. Okay. Next situation. He saw his girlfriend walking with another person on his way. So family. Okay. Joined them, spent time with them. Broad-minded nature is shown. Didn't mind and continued his work. Faith and trust in girlfriend. Okay. Also in himself or herself. Next one. He was driving the bike without helmet and the traffic police caught him. Miscellaneous problem. Paid the fine and never repeated this again. So show this responsibility. Okay, apologized, convinced the police and never repeated it again. Lively nature. Tact to handle the situation. Next situation, he was in charge of wireless board in a sailing ship which lost its communication with the coast. He restarted the system and restored communication. Speed of decision. Retuned the system, closely analyzed and found the signal back. Shows the knowledge, okay, with the communication. Right, next one. He went for the picnic with his friends and on the way he had hot arguments with them. He shows a situation related to friends. Changed the topic and enjoyed picnic. Social intelligence is shown. Calmly sorted out the matter, refreshed the mood and enjoyed picnic. Liveliness, social adaptability. Okay. Next situation. There is a person who sells smuggled goods. He too, like many others, have purchased a wristwatch from him, but it doesn't work. He went to the person and got the watch replaced. Speed of decision. Returned the watch and collected the money. Logical reasoning quality is shown. Next situation, he urgently needed money. So what will he do? Asked for money from his father and got the money. So this will show a very good relation with your father if you write this. Okay. Arrange money from friends and relatives. Shows social adaptability. Okay. Next situation, he is getting late in reaching meeting. He shows a situation related to workplace. Hired a private vehicle, reached the venue and attended the meeting on time. Resourcefulness. Took his bike, went from shortcut, reached venue on time, attended the meeting. Practical intelligence. Next, he finds his hostel roommate not very friendly with him. He spent quality time with them and made them friends. Practical intelligence, social adaptability skills is shown. Talked to them, removed misunderstanding and became friends. Again, social adaptability is shown here. His mom is seriously ill and his boss doesn't grant leave. Okay. So convinced boss took leave and got his mother treated. Practical intelligence is shown. Called his brother to take the mother to hospital. Sent money immediately. Directed brother on every step and got his mother treated. Resourcefulness. But now we all know about work from home criteria, right? So you can also say that took care of his mother, got permission from boss for work from home. So handled both the situations simultaneously. Right. So this will also show your organizing ability, planning and your tactful nature, right? Next situation, his friend was copying from book in examination hall. So this shows in a situation related to friend. symbolically told him to stop it. After that, he continued his exam, persuaded him not to do this again. Effective intelligence. Completed the exam, convinced him not to cheat again. Logical reasoning. Right. Next is, during a trekking trip, he was left alone in the jungle. He, miscellaneous problem, used his navigation system and reached the base camp. Resourcefulness is shown here. Used his map, went on the way back, found the correct route and joined the group. Practical intelligence is shown. Right. Next situation is, he was weak in studies and knew that he could not do well in his education. He made list of subjects as per his aptitude, gave extra time to tough subjects and got good marks in exam. Organizing ability is shown here. Took help from friends, used supplementary books with easy language and theory, repeatedly prepared for it, appeared for exam and got good marks. Shows cooperation. Okay, a lot of hard work also is shown here. Next situation, he was playing outdoor and his brother got seriously injured and it started to rain heavily. He shows a situation related to family. Right? Hired a private vehicle, took him to hospital, called parents, got him treated. Speed of decision. Gave him first aid, called the ambulance, took him to the hospital, get him treated. Again, organizing ability is shown here. So I hope that you guys have got an idea about how you can write effective SRT responses to the situation. As I've also mentioned in the beginning of the session, you need to imagine yourself in the situation and write what you could have done as a person. Also, if you want to practice more such SRT situations, you need to get yourself subscribed to our SSB interview online course, which is the best online course in the entire market. For that, you need to download our SSB Crack Exams Learning app from the Google Play Store. Once you've got yourself enrolled into the course, you can go inside the psychological test section and check out the situation reaction test topic, where we have provided lots of lectures and study materials for your benefit. There are also SRT response writing exercises for your more practice. And if you are planning to attend different SSB interviews throughout the year, you can keep yourself updated throughout the year, keep on improving yourself by getting yourself enrolled into also 1 year full access that we have provided for the SSB interview course. Also, you could attend every month live classes which take place regularly for SSB interview preparation. If you're also preparing for any written defense exam, we have provided a lot of courses for this written defense exams as well, and these courses are also available on our app. So the most important thing to do now is download our app from the Google Play Store today, get yourself enrolled into the course of your choice, and while getting yourself enrolled, use the code WARRIOR10 to get an extra 10% off on any of these courses. I hope the session was quite useful and informative to you. I would see you next with something more interesting, helpful and informative for your SSB interview preparation. Till then, stay tuned to SSB Crack Exams and always stay positive and motivated. Jai Hind.
अगर आप एक डिफेंस एस्पिरेंट हैं और SSB इंटरव्यू, NDA, CDS, FCAT जैसे एग्जाम्स के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, तो आप SSB क्रैक एग्जाम्स के कोर्स को चेक करना ना भूलें। आप हमारी लर्निंग एप्लीकेशन को गूगल प्ले स्टोर से भी डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं।